Leo. I had this this moment when I was thinking about physics, of all things, and consciousness. And I thought, I'm going to share this because I think this is really relevant today. What are your views about consciousness? Like, what is consciousness to people? For a lot of people, it's like, oh, I don't know. Other people, it's like, oh, that's all woo. It's all spiritual. I'm not a spiritual person. That's all like weird stuff. And for many people, consciousness is something that's very private. It's a space that they move in. It's about being aware. It's about being mindful. It's about conscious living. It's about basically being mindful of the way we live our lives, right? We think about what we're buying. We think about what we need. We think about who we can help. We think about the words that we use, the languaging that we use when we speak about ourselves. We think about how to support our community. We think about, how do I need to move my body today? We think about, what does my body really need today to eat? Maybe my body doesn't need to eat today. Maybe my body needs more water today. Perhaps today my body doesn't need the workout I normally practice today, and perhaps my body today needs rest. This is what consciousness is about. This is where it begins. It's about being mindful and being aware. Most of the time, us creatures of habit, we create a routine and a schedule, and it kind of makes life easier because we don't have to think. We just snap into our program. My Monday looks like this. I go for this and I go for that. My Tuesday looks like this. And we're always looking for that shortcut. But the shortcut means that we lose awareness and we lose being connected to what living is really about, which is about living in the moment, living in the present moment, because the present moment is all we have, and enjoying the vitality in that present moment to decide in that present moment what is needed. Because if I fix my schedule every Monday I'm going to feel different. And so if I'm going to start ignoring the way I feel, then I'm neglecting myself and I'm not listening to the important signs that my body is giving, right? So, okay, what's that all got to do with my yoga practice and consciousness and what's going on in the world today? Well, consciousness is something that is being offered to us on a silver platter right now. How? Well, don't even need to mention what's going on for us in the world today, right? But basically, what it's forcing us to do, or rather gently and assertively pressuring us to do, is step back, take some space, do the whole social distancing, pause, more time out of our normal practice and routines. And so, of course, this throws us into a state of chaos. It's like, what? I can't do the things I normally do. I can't run my business the way I run it. Oh my God, the kids are home from school. Oh my goodness, I have to spend 12 hours of the day with my partner. Yes, it's about retracting. It's about reviewing how life is and how we get to dance with the uncertainty of life. Everybody keeps talking about, yes, we're in uncertain times right now, with COVID-19. These are uncertain times. We're all scared. Actually, quite frankly speaking, I'm not actually afraid. But most of us are afraid. We're in fear at the moment. And it makes total sense because we have a perception that we're living in times of uncertainty. Because we don't know what's going to happen next. What's the virus going to do? Is there going to be a vaccine? Are we going to run out of food? All these things, all these scary things that we're thinking about. But there's also a huge majority of people out there who are not thinking what we're going to do. They're thinking about, what can I do? What can I do? Not, what am I going to do if this happens? But what can I do now in this situation, in this present moment? Because the present moment is all we have. And so more than anything, I am seeing an outreach of people saying, who needs help? Who needs support? Who needs me to go to the bank for them, to go and get groceries for them? Are there elderly people in my block who can't get out? Are there businesses, local businesses, maybe even in my condominium block or my residential community that I can support? Yeah. Consciousness. That's what this is offering us right now, right? So we're in our homes. We've seen it already, and thank God mass media are picking up on this because the majority of the time they're feeding us the fear, right? They're feeding us all these numbers. We are totally reliant on their honesty, and honesty is probably not a fair thing to say, but we're totally reliant on the accuracy of the information that they're giving us. But it's also completely out of context. Perhaps the numbers were given to them an hour ago, and we all know things change like that. I mean, here in Malaysia, we got a new prime minister just like that. So yeah, uncertainty, consciousness, and uncertainty. Living with uncertainty is something that we do constantly. We're not even aware of it. You guys are not even aware of it. We are amazing. We are amazing, resilient, vulnerable and resilient human beings because we live with uncertainty every frickin' day. We think right now these are uncertain times, but the reality is it's all uncertain. It's all uncertain. The problem is, as humans, we got super complacent because we get stuck in our schedules and our routines, our 9-to-5 jobs, pick up the kids from school, take them here. We get stuck in these things that we become completely disconnected and unaware of the reality of life. And the reality of life is it's uncertain. And if we had an appreciation for life, an appreciation and value of the uncertainty for life, we would be taking care of ourselves a hell of a lot better than we have been. So in many ways, this is not about thinking positive. I don't really believe in thinking positively per se, if it's out of context. This is about being conscious. This is about being curious. This is about exploring the current state of affairs and saying, how is this working for me right now? What is this making me do? What is this holding space for me to get curious on and to explore, right? So uncertainty we live with every single day. How? Well, I wake up in the morning and I think I'm in my routine. You wake up in the morning and you think you're going to go to the gym, then you're going to take a shower, and then you're going to go to, feed the dog, get the kids to school, go to work. And then, it's the same rigmarole every day. But the reality is we have that structure, that outline of how our day looks, an outline. The reality is every single day looks different. Despite of that structure. That is the uncertainty. And what we are undervaluing of ourselves is our resilience and our adaptability and our flexibility to flow with life every single day with all the different things that it throws us in uncertainty. So rest assured, beautiful people out there, if you're feeling afraid and you're feeling scared and you're feeling like these are uncertain times, you have got this because you do this every day. The difference is right now it's being shoved in our faces right here, wherever we look, whether it's on international news or whether it's on your device, on Facebook, on Instagram, or whatever platform you use, you can't run away from it. It's here. And it's here uniting us in lifting the veil, in taking the goggles off, in noticing and bringing consciousness or awareness into the way that we're living, and not noticing the uncertainty of life. So now we can sit back and really value what we have. Now we can sit back and deep gratitude for all that we are achieving, all that we have in our lives in terms of community and family and friends. And then reflecting on ourselves, like, how am I living my life? Am I taking care of my health? Am I connecting with my partner, my children, my family members? Am I living with purpose? Am I living in purpose? Am I living on purpose? Can I do that now? How can I do that now? How can I be more connected with myself? Now that I have more time, because we're always complaining we never have enough time to do things. Now we have plenty of time. So many gifts in this experience right now. And, my heart, I'm not underplaying the immensity of the situation we're in. There's a lot of trouble out there. There are people suffering, of course. I mean, I have family in the UK, and they've been trying to get home, because they want to get home. That's the support. The support system is at home. They're not feeling safe where they are, and they want to come home. And yesterday, flights got cancelled. They wanted to get home before the big lockdown starts to happen. They want to get, be held by family and friends and a support system. And, got two underage people in London with my sister taking care of them. So, yeah, and, they were stranded in the airport yesterday because last minute flights got, there was a lockdown on borders. So suddenly transit flights were cancelled and they were like stuck in England. And we are still waiting, as I'm sure there are many families out there in the world today that are separated, trying to get home before the lockdown. or maybe choosing to stay apart because they can and they have the resources to stay in different countries. But there is a lot. I'm not underplaying the struggle out there right now. But what do we choose to focus on right now? Is struggle or our amazing resilience as human beings to really connect and stick together and support each other? So I just wanted to share that with you today, because